folks, welcome aboard the channel if you're new here. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country, where we react to non-pop country music reactions here. People make gifts to the channel frequently for me to react to songs just to help keep traditional country music alive, keep it going. And in that vein, Roger Smith made a gift to the channel. So Roger, thank you for the gift and for this request of Mark Chesnutt's Broken Promised Land. I don't know this song. It's a reaction. I came to country music much later in life, and so I was a rock guy almost my whole life. And then, I don't know, 15 years ago, I heard a song by Billy Dean called You Don't Count the Cost. That caused me to go out and buy his greatest hits album, and then there's Billy the Kid on there, and just some phenomenal songs like Small Favors. I'm like, this is really good. So I wound up going out and buying Cherie Austin's CD just because of her one song, One Solitary Tear. That song caused me to buy her album, and there's gorgeous music on it. So then I went out and bought Alan Jackson and Merle's greatest hits. So now I have 4 country CDs back then, about 15 years ago. And then I started a channel 5 years later, or 8 years later, whatever it was, and it was mostly Nashville country, but it was like Miranda, it was Dierks Bentley, you know, what you would consider sometimes pop country. But then people started suggesting that I do more traditional stuff when they saw how I like lyrics. And I do. I love words. I love how they're used. I love analyzing the instrumentation, how they complement or distract from the lyrics and the story and all that. So here we are, non-pop country music reactions and Broken Promised Land. I don't know this. I know Mark Chesnutt stuff. I've reacted a number of times to Mark, but Broken Promised Land. I bet there's going to be piano in this song. I'm just predicting, even though I don't know. All right, so here we go. Going with steel. There's the piano.
There's a Bible on the dresser and a sign hung on the door, and a woman in my arms who shouldn't be. I'm to the point of no returning, but I've been here before. This cheating life is nothing new to me.
Ouch.
There's someone to be considered, so I call her on the phone. I see the job is taking longer than I planned.
That line, there's someone to be considered. Oh, does that say a lot? That was good writing.
I don't have the heart to tell her that a stranger's turned me on, and I'm headed for the broken promised land. Tonight I'm crossing over, and I'll reach the cheating side, and I'll hate myself for coming here again, where the streets are paved with misery and lives are built on lies, a place they call the broken promised land.
Ouch. Harmony back in.
Found a note left on the dresser and a key left in the door, and on the floor I found her golden wedding band. Guess she finally had to tell me she's not waiting anymore. She's headed for the broken promised land. Tonight she's crossing over, and she'll reach the cheating side, and I'll hate myself for giving her the chance.
Wow.
'Cause the streets are paved with misery and and lives are built on lies, a place they call the broken promised land. And it's more than I can stand.
Yeah. Yep, that's where Don Shula. No, it was Mark Twain I think it was Mark Twain who said it's easier to stay out than to get out. And it's true. That's just, don't start something, because once you do something once, whether it's cheating or anything in life, it just becomes easier to do it thereafter. Just, this was a brilliant song. The lyricism, I don't know if Mark wrote this and lived it, but he hates himself because then she's now going to do what he's been doing. She's going to go to the cheating side, but she's telling him straight up. So is that really cheating, or is it just over? It's over. That's not cheating. You're not trying to hide it. She let him know. I'm leaving the ring. Here's the key. I'm going. And he knows he opened the door for that. And you could hear in his voice in the song, the way he sang it, that at least the character that Mark is representing, if this isn't his true story, the character that he's representing feels the overpowering, crushing guilt and responsibility of making this happen. And yeah, it's interesting that he started the song off too. There's a Bible on the dresser. And that just is a way of saying, I know what I should be living, but I'm not. It just is another way of saying it. So, yeah, I mean, he stayed in the pocket of this song the whole way through. It's one of these things where the instrumentation did not get in the way at all of this song. It just was meant really to stay out of the way, just to be underneath it, so that Mark could sing the song, but then he had to sing it in such a way. But this was really about the story. And it captured that sliver of life brilliantly. I mean, I felt it for him. And this is not my way of living life. I just don't have the bandwidth or the interest or the desire to live it this way. But I know like artists, for example, touring, women are throwing themselves at them. And it's, when you're a guy and a popular artist, and heck, you don't even have to be good looking and women still want you when you're famous or rich or whatever. But the temptation is there, and it's just very difficult. It's more difficult for some people, because if you have all these beautiful women throwing themselves at you every single night, and you're out on the road, and it's difficult. But then, and I know, I've spoken with some artists too, and they're like, God, it gets old. It just gets old. And you're not even necessarily cheating on someone. Some of the artists are unattached, if you will, early in the career, but they start to enjoy some success, and then they're putting on shows in this city, that city, this city. And even that gets tired, just chasing tail, as they say. But then when you're in a marriage, let's say, I don't know what their relationship is. Oh, it was a marriage because she put the ring down. And that's just a no-no. I mean, just the idea that you're going to be crushing somebody if they find out. And then you're crushing yourself along the way because But I don't know, Roger, the way he sang it, the way Mark sang this was probably his most on-point song that I've heard. And he's a phenomenal artist. But this one, I felt it in a different way than any of his other songs. And I've enjoyed a lot of his songs. So I'm going to rate this one, that sliver of life that he captured. The number that popped into my head was a 9.3. There's nothing over the top instrumentally, but that was purposeful, so the story could tell itself. It was all about the story, and it was there. So there it is. All right, folks. Woo! I hope you enjoyed that one. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.